changes when it goes live. Ah, those birds. That bird. Love that bird. Good morning. So, I think today I want to talk about I'm no different than you. No different. Exactly the same as you. The same voices that I used to believe in my head was me. It's the same exact thing. I've just investigated and realized that when I compare, the me, compares to others, it hurts. When I judge another as doing it wrong or being wrong or whatever, I'm hurting me. This body is hurting. The me hurts. And it is designed that way for your awakening. Whenever you feel a contraction and upset and uncomfortableness inside, well, first of all, you got to get in tune with your body and realize that it's hurting, that it's contracting. Let's say you see something on Facebook where somebody's gone on a trip or they're doing something that you wish you could do. There's that comparison. I'm not doing that. They're getting to do that. All that story comes from the false me. It's not who you are. It is a story of a me that's not getting to do blah, blah, blah. Now, you can judge that person. It'll find all kinds of ways to judge and have a story about that person of or a deep hoping that something's going to go wrong on their vacation or whatever the hell. It comes up with all kinds of shit to kind of even the playing field because it always wants to be better. The me is hell-bent on being better than the others because it feels less than. It believes it's less than. So, do you see? This is innocent because we're all believing our thoughts, which are not true. And the upset in your stomach, inside, the contraction, the feeling is your temple bell, as Byron Katie always said, your temple bell to see that you're identified with that false self, with that me that's on the timeline of birth and death, which hurts in itself because that's the biggest fear, that it's going to die. The thing is, you can die while you're alive. The you that you think you are, made up of thoughts and stories, doesn't, if that dies while you're alive, there is nothing better. The veil is thinning. All I'm doing is sharing what has helped me, helped Lori become less reactive to life and more embodied, more compassionate, letting go of control a lot. When you believe you're a me, it hurts. And in order for it to, it believes all these stories. And if it thinks it needs to control life in order to not have more pain. I mean, right down to what knife to use. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters here. In reality, our minds are the only thing that makes things matter. It does not matter what somebody else is doing in their life. If it matters to you, you know you're in their business and you're in the thought stream of bullshit, which is constantly running, but you don't have to go down the road with it. You don't have to. You can recognize that it's uncomfortable in here. There's fear going on of something because it's driven by so much fear. Thoughts come, thoughts go. Can you imagine them as clouds going by, or a ticker tape just going by while you watch? The real you is watching all of this. Who you really are, which is really nothing and everything at the same time. This comes into the God picture. There is something, I can't even say it's something. That bird is you. You're not separate from that bird. Our talking is not different than good morning, Cynthia. That beautiful bird noise is exactly the noise that's coming out of you. It's a beautiful noise. Just don't be attached to it. I mean, when people say, he lied to me, she lied to me, you know what? This is a play here. Good morning, Margie. You too. I lost it. Okay. Shoot, that was a good one. And Margie, don't think that that this mind gets distracted very easily. Very easily. And that's okay. Can you be okay with whatever it's doing? That's why I say all the time, it's okay. It's okay. My sister-in-law made me for my birthday, my shirt says it's okay on it, and a little bag, cosmetic bag. It's okay. You don't, even if you find yourself getting caught up in thoughts and controlling and judging and comparing and everything the mind does, get yourself off the hook. It's okay. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up for it. Don't beat yourself up at all. And that's freedom. That's that mind that keeps going, oh, I shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have. Really? That's what happened. Can it be okay? Let it be okay. That word should is the most violent word in the universe. Should. Because it argues with what is. You can't should have done anything. It's not possible. Don't, just take should out of your vocabulary. For them and you. Try it. And if there's a should that comes out of your mouth, or you notice the thoughts are, I shouldn't have, or why did I do that? Why I shouldn't have done that? Let it be okay. That's your temple bell. Each time you check it, you see it, there's another veil gone. There's another getting closer to the nothingness that you are. Now, the mind is going to be deathly afraid of being nothing because it believes it's something that's born and going to die. And as we are on that timeline of birth and death, it hurts. I'm just here to share a message that there is a way out of those beliefs. There is a way out where you can be comfortable inside this body. Because the minute you wake up in the morning, the anxiety starts on, because when you're sleeping, there's no identity. There's no beliefs, because there is jumping from scene to scene. I don't know. I don't dream very much, but I know I used to. And I remember it's different scenes. Like Peter's flown in his dreams, flying, because there's no me that doesn't believe it's possible. There's no me there. And this idea of the me, it brings up anxiety in the body the minute it comes online in the morning. As soon as the eyes wake up, there comes all the stories of a me that's going through life. So the sleeping is what rejuvenates. If we aren't identified with it, we don't need as much sleep as... And sometimes you don't need as much sleep. Sometimes you wake up 2 in the morning. So what? Right then, there's a fighting. I should be sleeping. Or tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. All of that is bullshit. You're waking up for a reason. That's when the veil is really like, can you sit with yourself? Can you just sit with no distraction? During the day, you're distracted doing things or watching TV or whatever, doing something so you don't listen to the mind. If you get quiet and listen to that mind, you'll realize how ridiculous it is, how crazy it is, and you don't have to. It's complete chaos. There's no clarity. We're attached to those thoughts because we're not still and quiet. And as you get still and quiet and let them go, but realize, feel it in the body. Oh, because at first it's like you trying to run away from it because it's so painful because you believe them. But if you could sit there and say, this isn't true. None of this is true, because it's always projecting something in the future, especially when it comes to money. The future doom. Something bad's going to happen. How much bad that you believed was going to happen has happened? Not much. Not much at all. But in the moment of the mind, the thoughts stream, I call it what did I call it? A thought storm. A thought storm is when it's really got you believing something horrible, and it's taking you down, and you're just so heavy. And it's literally, when Mom died, before she died, she talked about being in heaven. She had got a glimpse of it before she died. And she said, I asked her how she felt, and she said, I felt light. That the light is what we are. When we're feeling heavy and uncomfortable and burdened down, and it's affecting your mood, you know you're in this. You're believing it, and you don't have to. You can breathe, take a breath. The minute you take a deep breath, you are in the body, not in here. This cannot entertain following the breath and feeling that. Sometimes you'll notice a sigh. And a sigh happens on its own. It's not an intentional thing. It's not a conscious thing. It just happens because your body is like, come on. You take that breath and the thought's gone. It can come back, But then you can consciously say, okay, I'm back in it. And I don't need to be. I can be back to the heart center, the love, the light that we really are. How does that feel? The light. And it has nothing to do with something good happening outside. The light, that's only temporary. That's why people do drugs, go shopping, buy this, buy that, consume, consume, consume. Well, that's what we're taught, is what makes us happy and all excited when we get something new. What happened? Something just happened here. And the thing is, that's temporary. It's literally just temporary. If you look back in your life, you notice that anything you bought, got all excited about, it fades. I used to be addicted to shopping for clothes, wanting to look a certain way in clothes. And actually, when I would be in the dressing room, the thoughts would be of how others would perceive me. Oh my God, you don't know how other people perceive you. It's all happening inside here. Well, wherever the hell thoughts are, I don't know. I think it's the brain. I mean, they've never cut open somebody's brain and said, "Oh, there's a thought." Nobody knows where thoughts come from, but literally, thoughts are what's the barrier between you and the love that you are. And you cannot feel love, pure love for yourself, when you're judging someone else as wrong. Judgment is the complete antithesis of the love that you are. And it starts with judging yourself. The reason I needed to have those clothes was because I was judging myself as my clothes being not good enough, which directly comes from the me, because it doesn't feel enough. When we see that we are pure love itself, heart-centered love, that's already what you are. The thoughts, the judgment of yourself as being separate from that, as the thoughts come on of the me. Hi, Rosie. I still say Rosie because I think of you as, oh my God, I think of you as when we were kids in elementary school. Oh my God. So, anyway, this me, that's why, Rosie, when somebody has passed on, died, like mom and dad, Joe, they can't be separate from you. Yes, the body is gone, but we aren't these bodies. We use the consciousness, the love that we are, just like that bird, is what we are. And it is not separate from anything else here. We are the same thing. So when mom and dad passed within a year of each other, all there is love and gratitude for the time we spent together. For what? All of, okay, so when we feel separate from that and they die, their bodies dropped, there's a longing, a missing. How does that feel inside? If it feels like shit inside, you know you're identified with the person. You can drop the idea of the person and be the love that's always there. That's never it's what you are, the light that you are. It doesn't go anywhere. It becomes you. It becomes part of you. Each person in the timeline that looks like that you're attached to. Ugh, bear with me, these words. Each person you're attached to for your fulfillment or your attachment to another keeps you in this dream. You think you need them to be okay, and you need them to be okay for you to be okay. So if they've passed on, you know, if you're attached to them, that's the biggest letting go. That's the biggest attachment. Oh, jeez. Attachments hurt. It hurts. You can feel it. You need them to be with you, or you need them to be happy because you can't be happy if that's all attachment, and it hurts the body. You don't being attached to anything, even an animal, hurts. That unconditional love that that animal has given you, it's not given you, but it represents in your life, that shows you what you are. In reality, is unconditional love. That's what we are. When we don't believe the thoughts of the me that needs to control life to be happy. Control, when you let go of control, that's the biggest freedom. Well, other than realizing the love that you are, the light, or whatever, consciousness, or whatever you want to call it, the God that you are. Every single person has its own story going. And as soon as the body drops, that story is done because it's attached to that body. Every single person who has died and come back, which there are millions of people now, and it's all on YouTube. Every single one of them says first of all, they didn't even realize they died. A lot of them. And then there's zero pain and pure love is all they felt. A love like they've never known on Earth. Because Earth is also a story. A baby doesn't know there's Earth. There's no Earth for a baby. A world. There's no stories for a baby. That's why they're happy. And if something happens, they get hurt or they're upset or something's going on inside, they cry, they feel it, and let it go and go on with the next thing. They don't hang on to it. And that's another thing, okay? So hanging on to stuff is what memory is, which is gone. Memories are thoughts of a past, which hurts just as much as thoughts of a future, which will never be. There is no past. There is no future. It's just going by what you believe this to be. What are your beliefs? Do you believe you're this body? Then it's painful because it's never enough, because it's separate from the life, the love, the God, saying God conjures up a man in the sky with a beard, which isn't true. The God, the life force, the light. Watch a bird. I just watched a big white bird. Two of them going across, going right over the water. Do you think there's thoughts in their minds saying, we need to go here now? Or are they just flowing with the way life goes? Are they just seamlessly flowing with it? Is there a person inside a bird? Is there a person inside a dog? Is there a person inside a baby before it realizes looking in the mirror and takes on the me? Is there anybody in there? My son said to me, his baby is so damn cute. He says, I don't know how I'm going to be able to discipline him because he's so cute. I'm like, don't discipline him. Don't. He'll learn on his own. When we think we have to control them, that's what causes outbursts of, because they just want to be who they are. And we control them, and I did it to him, to his brother. Tried to control them, which takes their spirit away. Which causes the terrible twos, because they just want to be who they are. And we keep saying no. What do you think? A baby's first, he already knows no. No. He's just over a year. He was a year July 4th. He already knows no. And that's the way it is. We take on this me in this story, in this dream, and then it gets pretty uncomfortable. We start realizing it isn't about getting things. You can get all the things you want, but it is not going to make you happy at all. It might temporarily, but the more stuff you have the more stuff you have to take care of. The more stuff you have to watch out for, worry about. So this message is basically to let you see that there is another way. You don't have to be stuck in this body believing that you're born and going to die, and everybody around you is born and is going to die, and it's going to be painful. That is painful, thinking that way, but there's a different way. And there's so many people now talking about this, so many people. Seems like, because it's been a long, when I first woke up to this when I was 35, there was no one. I had one person, but there was, the majority of people are stuck in the dream, and that's okay. It's okay to be, that's what we're here for. That's what we incarnated. We came into these bodies to experience this life. But if it's painful, I just want you to know it doesn't have to be. There is a different way. That's all. And if you entertain this message, I honor you. I see you. I see you. Because you are me. We are not separate. And that love always wins. Always. Not winning in the game of life, but winning through the end of this. Whenever the body drops, it's just love. That's all it is. We are taking care of a friend's house next to my sister's house. Both sides of her house got flooded out back to the shit that Ian did. Not as bad, but we were cleaning their floors, Peter and I. Holy, and baseboards. And, oh my God. We're working our asses off, but it feels good to help someone. They're in Norway. They live in Norway. And they don't have, and Peter and I actually care. And we're doing it as if it was our house and wanted it clean. And they have tiles that don't have straight lines. It's all jagged on all four sides. It's jagged, so that mud from the river is in. Oh, Jesus. But we're getting it done. Hopefully we'll be done today. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Feels good. It feels good when you help people. It's a Anything that feels good in this body is what I'm for. When it feels like awful, there's my temple bell, knowing that I'm believing in the dream of separation that never happened. We've always been the love. We've always been that love. And the only thing saying we're not is this me, the thoughts of a me that's gonna die. Yeah, the body's gonna drop. But this isn't the end. It's the end of the body, but that's not who you are. Oh my goodness. Hey, our TV busted. It won't come on. He's got no distraction. Well, he's on his iPad. Anyway, I think I'm done. 9:30. That's not bad. Last time it was 45 minutes, but it had the biggest, almost 600 people. Oh, are entertaining this message. That's the biggest yet. Oh, just the fact that people are opening to a different way. Open. That's what, as your mind opens, so does the heart. And that's the love that you are. And I'm telling you, that's the way to enjoy this life. It doesn't matter what house, car, vacation, whatever. It's all about the love. That's all you need to feel good, to feel amazing inside. If you don't, take that breath, get out of those thoughts, back into the body. And if you have questions, if you are like, message me. I'm sending hugs right back at you, girlfriend. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you all. Whoever's watching this, I love you as me. As you love this, you love everybody, no matter what, even if it's coming up against you. I love you, Leisha. Thanks for being here. Yeah, if anything's coming up and it feels awful inside and you're listening to this, back off, breathe. Breathe. It's not real. It's the dream. Just tell yourself, okay, I'm in the dream. I don't need to be here. Come back to the love. All right. If you guys have had any experience like this, let me know. Any experience where you've felt yourself in the dream and you breathe and brought yourself back to the love that you are. Let me know. Send me a message. On Messenger, there's a microphone and you can just talk it and it just keeps going. It used to be limited to a minute. It'll go on. It goes beyond a minute now. Just keep talking. I've had somebody go for 6 minutes. Anyway, yeah, I love you all. Until next Sunday, thank you again for being here. Bye.